Hey folks, welcome back. It's a beautiful day in April and I've been outside today, mostly just weeding my garden because there's not much else to do yet. And I got a ton of dandelion root, more than I think I've ever harvested this early in the season. And so I figured today that we would try making some dandelion root coffee. Well, it's not real coffee, but I've heard that dandelion root when roasted makes a really good coffee substitute. So I figured we would try that out today. I've had dandelion in so many different ways. I've used the roots to make tinctures and decoctions. I've even used the flowers to make dandelion fritters, but I've never had the opportunity to try a dandelion root coffee substitute. So today we're gonna go outside, harvest some dandelion, do some washing and prep work before we do the roasting, and we'll process the roasted roots and make some dandelion coffee, and I'll share with you my first taste. During this video, I'll also go over the many medicinal benefits of dandelion. It's an amazing, nutritious plant. It's also an excellent detoxifier. It's one of my favorite detoxifiers. So I'm looking forward to being able to prepare this in a novel way. So let's get started. There's not much to do in Maine early to mid-spring because of the frosts. Lucky for us, dandelion is a pretty tough little flower, and she's waking up from winter long before many of our other favorite plants have even stirred from hibernation. This is also not my first video about dandelion, so I did go and watch my other videos to make sure that I didn't just repeat all of the same information, so get ready to review and learn even more about this wonderful plant. I've harvested dandelion with a hand spade and shovel in the past, but I've got to say a broad fork really does the trick for loosening up the soil without breaking the roots. We're going to harvest these dandelion growing in my flower bed and make good use of them, shaking off the soil and letting the little earthworms escape safely. Dandelion is a great plant for beginner herbalists and foragers for a number of reasons. It's easily recognized, widely abundant, originally from Eurasia, and introduced and naturalized in almost every continent. With the exception of the latex sap, which can cause mild irritation, the plant is entirely edible and non-toxic. In fact, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration includes dandelion on the list of safe products for people with rare allergies. I'm throwing these plants into a bucket of water to dissolve the soil still trapped in the roots. I clean dandelion a few different ways. I find that doing an initial wash outside keeps my kitchen sink a lot cleaner. The roots can sometimes be funky and twisted if they have to grow around rocks, so agitating the water helps a lot with getting the soil out of tight crevices. I like to repeat this process a couple of times. The second batch of dandelion roots I'm cleaning in my veggie basket that I use to clean carrots and greens after harvesting. The water in the mud drains straight through, which is super convenient. Next, I remove the tops. I'll throw the tops into a bucket of water and let them sit for a few weeks to make a mineral-rich fertilizer for my plants. So that's another great use for your extra bits of dandelion if you're just using the roots and aren't interested in eating the dandelion greens. Currently, I have plenty of dandelion greens, so we're going to just turn this into fertilizer. Which brings up a good point, which is that dandelion roots are chock full of iron, magnesium, sodium, calcium, silicon, copper, zinc, and manganese. Dandelion roots also contain hypolipidemic compounds, which lower the concentration of lipoproteins. The presence of lipoproteins contribute to high cholesterol, making dandelion root a great tonic for heart health. The roots and leaves also provide support to the digestive and detoxifying organs in the body, such as the gallbladder, liver, and kidneys, giving your body a spring cleaning after a winter of fatty foods. In my video linked above, I tried eating dandelion root directly after sautéing. You can see my first impression there. Now that the roots are squeaky clean, we're ready to chop. Scissors also work for smaller roots, but I find that a kitchen knife is much quicker. add these fresh roots to a bowl where I have roots from last week waiting to be processed as well. Now we're ready to roast. You can use an oven or an air fryer. I'm using my air fryer as it uses less energy than my oven. I'm going to spread out the roots evenly on the pan. Set the air fryer on roast at 350 degrees. And then I let this process for about 50 minutes. I found that as the roots were roasting, they had a very pleasant, sweet aroma. For flavor, I did go ahead and add 2 cinnamon sticks and 2 star anise pods to the blender as well. I'm using our ancient Vitamix. I think this Vitamix is more than a decade old and still running strong. Now that we've powdered our roasted dandelion root, cinnamon sticks, and star anise, let's make some dandelion coffee. I did 2 heaping spoonfuls of powder with 4 cups of water. It smells good. Just waiting for it to cool down a little bit more. Wow. This is really good. I mean, I didn't know exactly what I expected it to taste like. I didn't expect it to taste so much like coffee. The real test will be when my husband tries this. He is very particular about his coffee. I wonder if he'll even be able to tell the difference in the flavor. So all in all, I would say that dandelion root makes an excellent coffee substitute if you're hoping to wean yourself off of caffeine but still enjoy your coffee beverage in the morning. This is a great alternative. I look forward to trying this with chicory root and maybe adding a little milk and sugar and enjoying it on the back porch. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.